Mid-state Catholics who heard the news this morning have gathered and will gather at St. Patrick Cathedral in Harrisburg. Seth Kaplan is there live tonight for us. Seth.
Yeah, Dennis, Easter Monday Mass here at St. Patrick's is tonight at 7 o'clock. This is not the first time in your lifetime or mine that an ailing pope has appeared in St. Peter's Square for Easter Sunday Mass and not appeared there the next day.
It's like he was there for the people through Easter.
Eileen Bates and her husband Daniel Bates stopping Easter Monday for noon Mass at St. Patrick's. The timing brings to mind Easter 20 years ago, 2005.
Pope John Paul II died, several days later, in that week, but Pope Francis is the next morning.
Harrisburg Diocese Bishop Timothy Sr., who admired Francis not only because he was the church's Holy Father.
He appointed me as Bishop of Harrisburg. I mean, how could I not be grateful for that?
But it's not just that either.
And he said, we can't have priests who are rigid. He said they need to be faithful, but they can't be rigid, or unbending. And that's something I certainly aspire to, and he did perfectly.
Maintaining a Catholic focus on the sanctity of life, which meant opposition to abortion, but also to the death penalty, and more than ever, support for the environment.
And Francis talks about that reality, but he also talks about the economic and human implications of that the poor suffer disproportionately the effects of global warming. And of course, the same thing is true for his concerns for refugees and immigrants, and how important it is that, we welcome them. And he was not afraid to say that to any leader that would come in to see him.
Probably the very last leader was J.D. Vance.
And it's amazing, too, that would be there. Pope Francis treats everyone with dignity. That was part of his point. So even if he disagreed with somebody, I'm sure he was extraordinarily gracious with Vice President Vance and his wife.
As he was with senior seminarians in Philadelphia back in 2015.
I said, they aspire to be priests who will be servant leaders after the heart of Christ. And he looked at me like, if you see the expression on his face, he looked at me and said, "You mean with a big heart?" And I said, yes, they want to be priests who have a big heart.
He didn't live in the big palace-like apartment. He lived in the guest house at the Vatican. He didn't take the limousine after he was elected to the Vatican. He went with the bus that he came in with the rest of the bishops and cardinals. There was a sense of just humbleness and humility there.
A half block away from St. Patrick's, you see the flag flying at half staff above the state capitol, which I know, Dennis, brings us to the next part of this story.